So last week, we had an incredible time. I want to ask one of my daughters to come and testify. Where are you? I saw you somewhere, Heather. She's there. Come and put your hands together. She comes. She has a powerful testimony that I believe will bless you. Then I'll share the last part of the spirit of rejection through the lenses of Jesus.
Good evening. Good evening, Encounter. My name is Heather, and I want to testify of the Lord's goodness. Let me start with when Pastor Andrew sent me a message today asking me to share my testimony. For a split second, I thought, no, I'm not going to stand there. But then I think it was the Holy Spirit telling me, Heather, it's an affirmation for what the Lord has done for you. So I gladly accepted, though it's a bit intimidating being here. But I really want to say thank you to God for what He has done. And thank you, Pastor Andrew, for giving us the atmosphere for some of us to be delivered of some of these. My testimony is, my parents were together for 5 years. And one of the things that they used to fight about was her refusing to conceive. She didn't want to conceive, and it was a big issue. My father is a doctor. He had been posted to this place, and she was a teacher there. So he had gone like for internship. They meet, they're together for 5 years. She refuses to conceive, but then he's transferred to Masindi. When he moves to Masindi, he leaves her behind, but she used to go meet him and then come back. When she goes one of these holidays, they tell her about someone who is visiting him. She confronts him about it, he denies it. But in that process, she conceives me. When she conceived, she comes back. When she goes back this time, the lady has actually moved in. So he's not interested in her at all. He throws her out. She comes back and she has me. But like I wrote on the page, rejection has been my norm. Like, she did not want me. She got married to someone else, but they would openly show. She preferred the other 2 children over me. My own mother would call me names. I want you to imagine the worst name. You would hear anyone calling a child. That's what my own mother would call me. So I grew up knowing I'm not wanted. She gave me the education, she did everything, but she preferred the other 2 over me. So I grew up with this attitude of not being wanted. I would be in any space, but I knew at the back of my mind I wasn't wanted. No one wanted me. Anyway, I survived through life. I'm here. I've prayed about rejection, but it has always manifested where even in relationships with your own friends, you can imagine having 2 friends, you introduce them to each other, they become best friends and leave you out. That has been my life. I've prayed about rejection, but somehow I wasn't delivered of it till last Friday. Last Friday I fasted and came here. I'm like, God, this has to end today. I'm not here to meet Pastor Andrew. Even if he doesn't pray over me, I'm believing you that it ends today. I fasted that day. I actually ended my fast after praying. I stay and I work in Kololo. I was worried. I'm like, how am I going to leave this place? But that wasn't even the big issue. I'm like, you know what? This has to end today. So I came here, I prayed. He didn't actually pray over me. There was another gentleman who was here. He's the one who I came to, and he prayed over me. But when he was praying for me, he told me, start confessing, you are favored, you are blessed, you are loved. So I started. I'm like, okay, I can do that. I left. The following day, I don't know how I can explain it, but I woke up with a knowing that it's different. For me to even to stand here, it's that deliverance, that knowing that I'm not bothered what someone thinks of me. I thank God. So yeah, I was delivered. To God be the glory. Thank you.
Agawamengwadde agasimula abasibe b'amaaso